Hi everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw the scientist. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpie. So if you want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. There will even be one for color. So for those of you that are going to stick around though, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. And I know where I want to go with this. Make it a little bit bigger, a little taller. I just got to get us there. I kind of see him as a big hulking monster of a robot kind of thing. I mean, I know he's, an alien or from outer space or wherever you decided to make this story, because we're making it up, right? I mean, it doesn't really exist. I mean, I guess they kind of have a storyline, but they kind of don't, right? So we can say whatever we want. So anyway, I'm just gonna, I got him in kind of a big action pose, and I think I'm not gonna give him a face. I'm gonna do that with color. So be prepared for that. And this looks about right, or where I wanted to go with it. Okay, I'm just throwing on a few little tiny details just to make sure I get it right, and then I can do more of the shaping. And this is where it gets tricky because he doesn't exist in this pose. I have to make it up, and that's just the thing. Exactly it. I'm making it up, So to a point though, that's kind of good because that means I'm not wrong, I mean, I can be, someone can say that's not how he's supposed to be, but because I'm putting him in the position I want to put him in, I get to make it. I get to decide if this looks right or not, Okay, I like this so far. Oh, you know what I can't forget? His weird handles. Okay, and I say that a lot. I say his weird, and this is weird, and that's weird, and I just think it's strange because it's alien to me. It's foreign to me. It's not weird. I need to find a better word. I need a more creative word to use than weird. Just because I also kind of feel like weird is kind of an insult, and I don't want to insult it. I'm trying to say that it's awesome, but it's foreign to me. It's strange. But I guess maybe even that's bad too, to say that foreign is strange. It's foreign is not strange. Foreign is it's what's the word I'm looking for? See, that's why I'm a drawer, not a writer, because I don't have my words right. I'm always trying to figure stuff out, what's the word I'm looking for when I say foreign? It's intriguing. There you go. Because it's so different to me. Is that right? Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, I got him in quite the action pose. So let's see what I can do with his arms here. Let's see, that's coming out here. I gotta kind of make this one coming way out just so you can see his blades, right? And we're just gonna give him fists because right now his hands aren't a big selling point to this character, right? We just want everything else because of all the cool stuff that's on him. Did any of you have this? You guys get this skin? Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's see, let's work on this one. And this one, why don't we just do the old defiant arm up. He's about to get into a fight. Kind of a little Getter Robo Mazinga Robo Fight. I know he's not one of those, but that's what I think of. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, I think that might work. I think that's good enough for the sketch. Yeah, because the rest is going to be taken care of with Sharpies. You know, the detail that I can put in. So yeah, so I'm going to erase some of this just to hide some of these sketch lines. Not a lot, just some of them. Uh-oh, my paper's coming up. My paper. Okay. And I'm just erasing the faint sketch lines. I'm leaving the confidence lines, because the confidence lines are what's going to guide us through this entire thing. Because those are the lines that I'm confident with. As I sketched, I got darker and heavier, and those lines are the ones I'm going with. All right. Okay, that's good enough for me. So I say we welcome everybody that jumped over to the, that skipped over to this portion of the video. The skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because I do this every single day, always a new one. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's going to be there for the fine details, mostly like the eyes and face and all that stuff. But it doesn't have it this time, right? So I'm just going to charge in with the Sharpie, and I'll come back with this every now and then. But the details of the face, I've already sketched the entire thing out, and I know the position I'm going in. He's going to be in a big, huge action pose. I'm not going to do the face, or I'm going to do the head, the mask, but because the face has, you know, there's so many different ones to pick from, but it's such a cool, robotic, digital looking face, I'd rather do that with color and let you play along with that. So I'm just going to start off with the Sharpie. I'm going to go straight into it and follow my sketch. So I'm going to start off with this jawline, just because it's going to give me a place to start, and then work my way up. I'll go ahead and do this side over here too, and work over. So I'm going to go back, and then let's see, let's go ahead and go up and over for the dome of his head, then connect it right back down to there, and then I can build off of that. So he's got let's see how I can do this. Yeah, I was gonna see if, yeah, let's do that. Let's do like the hose with the small Sharpie. That way I can do a nice little contrast of thick and thin. There we go. Ooh, I love that sound. Just to play around with contrast for the design of it, you know? Okay, I'm gonna come in here like that for his neck. And let's see, it's going to come in like that, and he's got some lines in there we'll play with in a second. I'm going to draw the rest of his head just to finish this up, just to get us going basically. And it's going to come right back around to his neck like that. So let's draw his, let's see, we're going to draw the inside of his vest, I guess, if that's what you can call it. I mean, it's just a cool design, so I'm just going to call it that for now. It's got a few little cool patterns. I kind of do some kind of stair step thing like this. So I'm going to stair step and go over like that, and it's going to go all the way over to the edge like that. And so let's see, then there's his shoulders, but this goes across like this, going across like that, and put his shoulders. Let's go ahead and just draw a line like that, just to give us a start-stop point basically. So I'm going to come back here for the back of his shoulder, same thing, come in like that, and basically what I want to do is that, so I can play around with a few of these lines, his face lines, you know. And again, I kind of want to do it with color, but since we're here, we'll go ahead and give you something just to draw like that mech look, you know, for his mech neck. Mech neck. Okay, all right, mech neck. Let's do one more little detail like this, which is going to come through like that for the inside of Mechanic. All right, so I like to draw what's on in front first. That way you don't have to draw as many details that are back behind. So I try to pick the item that's in front and build off of that. So I see his shoulder here. That's a pretty good front image. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of play around with that shape. Just because I've sketched it out and I know where I'm going with this, and that's going to help me to pick a few little spots to work with, you know. Ooh, it's time to get a new Sharpie, because look at that, this one's starting to double line. Don't need that. There are some other details in it, but I kind of want to do those color. I'll just do a few like this, just to give us something to draw, even though, like I said, it would look better with color, you know. Okay, so there's another level to it, kind of comes down like this and does another one of those little like, I wanted to say stair step, but I guess that's not really a stair step, huh? And just connect it down here at the bottom like this. And so there you go. So now we can build off of this, or build from underneath it, you know? So let's go ahead and let's just work on his arm since we're over here. I'm gonna give him kind of a strong looking bicep, kind of like this. And it's gonna go into his elbow, like that. And again, there's a couple little, you know, stair step levels to his design. And his blade is kind of built into it just a little bit. So I'm going to come down like this, and then I can do the other side, because I kind of want it to look like it's inside there, see? Like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do this side real fast. There's not much to this one. There's just a big gauntlet that holds it on, that's it. And let's go ahead and do his fists since we're already here. And I've already decided I'm just gonna make his hands into fists. And that way, we're just gonna concentrate more on the design than the detail. And we'll kind of just play around with that, okay? And let's see what I can do here. All right, so I'm gonna, let's see, go across like that. His thumb is kind of overlapped all his fingers there. We're just gonna do something like this. We're not gonna go too crazy because, like I said, we don't want to focus too much on the hand. That's not the main focus of this design, right? So let's work on his blade. Let's do the little stair step like that. I keep saying stair step. I don't know why. I guess Fatty needs some exercise. I need to get on them stairs, do some stair stepping. Okay, I'm gonna just do the blade like this, and I'm following the sketch that I made. Something like that. And we'll go ahead and add just a little bit of detail on the inside. Let's see. Something like that. Something like that. And there's a little bit more in there. Like that. And you know what, I'm going to thicken this up just because it's the edge. And I want it to match the edge of this outlet edge. See what I'm saying? I wanted it to kind of to all be cohesive and work together. Okay, so again, there's some fine little detail in there like this, but it would look better with color. I gotta give you something to draw though, right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and build our way this way. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw his chest. Something like this. And he's got a couple of specific details I wanted to put in there. And I'm gonna come back and add a few others in here in a second. Well, let's do it now. I don't know why I said in a second. Let's just do it now. Okay. And basically this is just the tiny detail that he has on him. That I like doing this stuff in color because it accents a little differently when you do it like that. And when we do it with the Sharpie, it stands out a lot. So that's why I kind of like doing it with color much better to just play around with the look of it, you know? So it's not as predominant, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So, I'm gonna do one last one like this, just to even it all up. And he does have this, I don't know what this is, if this is I thought at first it was like some kind of bullet loading system, kind of like those Gatling guns, you know, that's got that. Here, let me draw it. I guess talking about it is pointless, right? You need to see what I'm talking about. Let's see, there's a tube I'm going to draw like this, going to the back. And then this has basically a gigantic, I guess you can't really tell what that is. That doesn't look, it doesn't convey the right image. Because I guess I'm not that good of an artist, you know? All I can do is draw what I draw. But you know what? This is how I draw. You draw how you draw. We'll meet somewhere in between. But that looks to me like some kind of big flat tube going around him. So that's why I thought it was some kind of like weapons reloader, you know? Something like that. Let's draw this arm before I get too involved into everything that I'm doing. So I'm going to draw his bicep like this into his arm. We'll go ahead and draw like this just to give us some edges. There's his shoulder, and then draw just like we did over there. We're just going to draw a big gauntlet, you know, big wrist protector, you know. And we'll do the same thing, just a few little details, something like that. All right. Okay, so again, we're going to make a fist. We're just going to draw the back like that. There's some bumps for the knuckles. We're going to draw the front of the thumb like this. And so that means the fingers are going to be back behind like this. And this one's tucked in, so something like that. And what I like to do is come back and do just a little bit of detail, just to, you know, control where we are. But the thing is, like, he's got like a gloved hand. I don't know if this is a robot hand or what this is, but it's got something. So I'm just going to draw just a few lines like that, because I don't know how much lines I can draw, you know. All right, okay. Let's keep going. So I'm going to do he's kind of hunched over, so I got him kind of all flexed over like this. So I'm going to draw his pelvis like that, and I'm going to draw his crotch piece that he has like this, and it's got some hard edges to it, so we're going to go ahead and draw him in like this, something like that. Okay, and I can build everything else off of this, which he's got like little muscular joints. Kind of something like this. And I have him kind of hunched over, so that's why I'm drawing kind of like creased bumps like that, because he's kind of all hunched over in his action pose. Okay, so now let's draw his legs, and he's got just a few little strange, there's that word again, a few little unique details. And draw that pelvis over there as well, or hip, I guess is what that is, right? And so he's got, ooh, you know what? I almost forgot. This is what I was saying before. I was gonna forget it. His weird little, his unique handles that are on his legs. Don't know why, but he's got them. So, gonna do something like this. And it's got these grooves in them. I guess that's why I think they're weird. They've got strange grooves. Okay, floating. That's why I wanted to do that first before I draw the rest of it. So I can come in here, draw the back of that because it's going through, and then I'm going to draw his, I know it's all kind of floating right now. We'll do that in a second, but I just wanted to do this while we're here. And draw his knee piece, something like that. Okay, so this one goes over and is floating around to the back. So Okay, so now we can draw this leg piece. Something like that. And again, there's a lot of cool detail in it, but you know me, I like to do it with color. And just give you a few little things though, just so you have something to draw, you know, some cool details. Same thing with his knee. Let's see what we can do. How about we do something like that. And again, we're just kind of trying to give it some kind of a mech look, you know, like his neck, mech neck. Okay, so let's finish up this leg since we're over here. I'm gonna kind of come in, come down for the ankle, come down to the front, and I'm gonna draw his shoe. Now he's got some strange levels to it, unique levels to it. That's why I was drawing it like that for a second, just some bumps. And we're gonna build onto it like this. I'm gonna come down here like this. Let's see. All right, so there are like flat edges to it that I wanted to draw. And that's why I was just kind of floating around with a few of the little shapes that I was playing with there. Like that. Something like this, something like that. And let's see, on his back of his foot, he's got these pistons that we want to draw, or discs, cylinders, not discs. That doesn't look like a cylinder. I should have rounded that off more. What is wrong with me? That'll work. Okay, so let's keep going. So let's draw this one all stretched out in action pose. And so same thing, I got to remember to draw that. So let's do it now before I forget. So I'm just going to draw, let's see. Something like this. All right, so now I know it's in front of everything else I do, so I won't accidentally draw a line through it and forget about doing it. So now I'm just going to draw pretty much like we did over here. Just going to draw some mech legs. Okay, and it's going back behind that, so there's not much that we can really do about that, but just worry about his knees. Something like that. I'll do some of that detail just to have something, because you know, we got to have a little bit of detail just to show off our skills. Okay, and again, color will take care of a lot of it, but we just gotta do a little something. Okay, all right. Okay, so now I'm going to draw, let's see, he's got like a piston looking thing in the middle, so I'm going to make sure I draw that first, and then I can build around that. So now I'm going to draw, let's see, that thing right there. There's one on each side. Then I can kind of come in, do that, and then draw the front of his foot like we did there. And then draw the front over here. That's kind of at an angle from the way we have him positioned. And let's go ahead and just draw some of those hard edges, just a little bit. Again, just to give us the mech look. Okay, and so his little toes like that, we're going to do something like this. And then, again, accent it with the small Sharpie. Something like that. Look at that weird double line. Time to get new Sharpies. All right. Something like that. So there you go. Big action pose for the scientist. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is the scientist. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.